Why bragging kills your success and confidence. Stop this now. The silent trap of bragging. Have you ever met someone who talks about their success all the time? They talk about their money, their clothes, their phone, their job, their busy life. At first, it sounds impressive. You may think, wow, they are doing great. But after some time, something changes. It feels heavy. It feels forced. It feels fake. You stop admiring them. You start feeling tired. Why does this happen? Because bragging is not power. It is noise, and noise fades fast. Real power is quiet. Real confidence is calm. Real success does not shout. It grows in silence. Many people think bragging shows strength, but the truth is different. Bragging often hides fear. Fear of not being enough. Fear of being ignored. Fear of being invisible. When someone brags, they're often asking for approval. They want others to say, "You are great." They want applause. They want attention. But attention is not respect, and applause is not confidence. Attention is loud. Respect is deep. There's a big difference. Imagine a man who buys a very expensive car. He posts many photos online: front view, side view, inside view. He waits for likes. He waits for comments. He checks his phone again and again. When people say, "Amazing car," he feels happy. For a moment. But later that night, when he's alone, the feeling disappears. The car is still there, but the praise is gone, and he feels empty again. So what does he do? He posts something new. Another photo, another success, another achievement. This becomes a cycle. Post, praise, silence, emptiness. Repeat. This is the silent trap of bragging. You begin to depend on other people's reactions. Your mood depends on likes. Your confidence depends on comments. This is not freedom. This is control. You are controlled by the crowd. Real confidence is different. Real confidence means you feel strong even when nobody's watching. You feel proud even when nobody claps. You work hard even when nobody sees. That kind of confidence cannot be taken away. But bragging builds weak confidence. Weak confidence needs noise. Weak confidence needs attention. Weak confidence needs proof every day. And that is exhausting. When you spend your energy trying to look successful, you stop becoming successful. Think about a student who studies quietly every night. Nobody sees them reading. Nobody claps when they turn a page. But on exam day, their results speak loudly. That is real power.
Now think about a student who talks about studying but rarely studies. They say, "I will get the highest score." They tell everyone how smart they are, but they do not put in the work. When the exam comes, reality shows the truth. Words disappear. Results remain. Bragging gives short pleasure. Work gives long success. Many people confuse image with progress. They think looking strong is the same as being strong. They think talking about goals is the same as reaching goals. They think posting success is the same as building success. But it is not the same. Image is outside. Progress is inside. Image is fast. Progress is slow. Image needs attention. Progress needs discipline. If you focus too much on image, you forget to grow. You spend time choosing the perfect photo. You spend time writing the perfect caption. You spend time checking who watched your story. That time could be used to learn a new skill, to exercise, to read, to practice, to build something real. Every minute spent chasing attention is a minute not spent building your future. Success is not a show. It is a process. It is made of small daily actions, small improvements, small sacrifices. Nobody sees them, nobody praises them, but they matter the most. A tree does not shout while it grows. Its roots grow quietly under the ground. Nobody sees them, but without strong roots, the tree will fall. Your skills are your roots. Your discipline is your root. Your patience is your root. Bragging does not grow roots. It paints leaves. Painted leaves may look beautiful, but they cannot survive a storm. Life has storms, challenges, competition, failure. If your success is only image, the storm will destroy it. But if your success is built in silence, it will stand strong. There is another danger. When you brag too much, you may start believing your own words. You may think you are already great. You may think you have already won, and then you stop trying. You stop learning. You stop improving. You stop pushing yourself. That is the beginning of failure. Growth requires humility. Humility means knowing you can improve, knowing you can learn, knowing you are not perfect. When you brag, you pretend you are perfect. When you stay humble, you allow yourself to grow. The world changes fast. Skills become old. New ideas appear. If you stop learning, you fall behind. Quiet people often grow faster, not because they are smarter, but because they listen. They ask questions. They accept mistakes. They improve step by step. They do not waste energy proving themselves. They use energy improving themselves. Ask yourself a simple question. Do I want to look successful, or do I want to become successful? Looking successful is easy. Becoming successful is hard. Looking successful needs words. Becoming successful needs work. Looking successful impresses strangers. Becoming successful changes your life. When you stop bragging, something powerful happens. You become free. Free from the need to impress, free from the fear of judgment, free from chasing attention. You can focus on what really matters: your growth, your peace, your mission. You do not need to prove anything. You only need to improve. Bragging may bring noise, but silence builds strength. In a world full of loud voices, be the quiet builder. Let your effort be louder than your words. Let your discipline speak. Let your results speak. And when success comes, it will not need introduction. It will be clear. It will be real. It will be yours. Part 2. The hidden cost of living for applause. Bragging doesn't only hurt your success, it also hurts your heart. It changes how you see yourself. It changes how others see you. Slowly, quietly, dangerously. When you live for applause, you stop living for truth. You begin to ask different questions. Instead of asking, "How can I improve?" you ask, "How can I impress?" Instead of asking, "What can I learn?" you ask, "What will make people notice me?" This small change is powerful. It moves your focus from growth to performance, and life becomes a stage. You wake up thinking about how you look. You think about what to post. You think about how others will react. You are not living your life. You are acting in it. Acting is tiring. You must remember your role. You must protect your image. You must hide your weakness. But real life has weakness. Real life has mistakes. Real life has doubt. If you always try to look perfect, you will fear being human. And fear blocks growth. Imagine a person who always talks about how smart they are. They never admit they don't know something. They never ask simple questions. Why? Because they are afraid to look weak. But the person who asks questions becomes wiser. The person who admits mistakes becomes stronger. The person who says, "I don't know," opens the door to learning. Bragging closes that door. It says, "I already know." It says, "I am already great." But nobody is already great. Greatness is built day by day, lesson by lesson. There is another hidden cost. Bragging attracts the wrong people. When you show your success loudly, some people will clap. But not all claps are honest.
Some people smile in front of you, but feel jealous inside. Some people become friendly because they want something from you, not because they care about you. They care about your money, your status, your connections. When those things disappear, they disappear too. This creates fake relationships, and fake relationships are empty. Real friendship is built on trust, on honesty, on shared struggle. When you remove the mask, you allow real people to see you. When you stop bragging, you stop building walls. Walls protect your image, but they also block love. Think about the people you respect most. Are they loud? Are they always talking about themselves? Are they always proving they are better? Or are they calm, grounded, steady? Respect grows from character, not from noise. Noise gets attention. Character earns trust. Trust opens doors. Leaders look for trust. Employers look for trust. Partners look for trust. They do not look for the loudest person in the room. They look for the most reliable one. Quiet confidence feels safe. It says, "I know my value," without saying it loudly. When you walk into a room with quiet confidence, you do not need to speak first. Your calm presence speaks for you. You listen, you observe, you respond with purpose. People notice that. Bragging may make you visible, but quiet strength makes you unforgettable. There is also an emotional cost. When your self-worth depends on praise, you become fragile. If people praise you, you feel high. If people criticize you, you feel broken. Your mood becomes a roller coaster, up with applause, down with silence. This is not stability. Strong confidence does not shake easily. It is built from within. It comes from knowing you tried your best today, even if nobody saw it. It comes from finishing a task, from keeping a promise to yourself, from choosing discipline over comfort. These small private victories build unbreakable confidence. Nobody can take them from you. But praise can disappear in seconds. One negative comment can destroy 10 positive ones. If your heart depends on opinions, you will suffer often. The world is full of opinions, some kind, some cruel, some careless. You cannot control them, but you can control what you build inside. Instead of asking, "Do they like me?" ask, "Did I improve today?" Instead of asking, "Did I impress them?" ask, "Did I stay true to myself?" This shift changes everything. Your focus moves from outside to inside, from applause to progress, from performance to purpose. When you live for applause, you fear silence. But silence is powerful. In silence, you think clearly. In silence, you reflect. In silence, you grow. The greatest work often happens quietly. A writer alone at night, an athlete training before sunrise, a student studying while others sleep. Nobody sees the effort, but effort builds strength, and strength builds success. You do not need an audience to grow. A seed does not need applause to break the soil. It simply follows its nature. Grow roots, reach for light, stand strong. You are the same. You do not need approval to become better. You need consistency. Consistency is quiet. Consistency is simple. Consistency is powerful. Another cost of bragging is comparison. When you show off, others compare themselves to you. When others show off, you compare yourself to them. Comparison steals joy. It makes you feel behind or makes you feel superior. Both are dangerous. If you feel behind, you feel discouraged. If you feel superior, you become lazy. The only healthy comparison is with your past self. Are you better than yesterday? Did you learn something new? Did you take one step forward? That is real progress. When you stop bragging, you also stop competing for attention. You start competing with your limits. That competition is healthy. It pushes you to wake up earlier, to practice longer, to focus deeper. It pushes you to grow for your own satisfaction, and that satisfaction is peaceful. It does not scream, it does not beg, it simply exists. There is beauty in quiet improvement. No drama, no performance, no pressure to prove, just steady growth. Imagine how light your heart would feel if you no longer cared about impressing others. No need to exaggerate your story. No need to hide your flaws. No need to post every win. You simply live. You simply work. You simply grow. That freedom is powerful. Freedom from image. Freedom from comparison. Freedom from applause. When you choose this path, something changes. You become more focused, more peaceful, more grounded. You attract people who value depth. You build relationships based on truth. You create opportunities through reliability, not through noise. Stop living for the crowd. Start living for your calling. The crowd changes every day. Your calling stays. If you follow the crowd, you lose direction. If you follow your purpose, you gain clarity.
Bragging may feel strong, but it is built on weak ground. Purpose is built on solid ground. Choose the ground that will hold you in a storm. Choose growth over applause. Choose depth over noise. Choose real confidence over fragile praise. This is how you protect your success. This is how you protect your peace. And this is how you build something that lasts. Real confidence is quiet. It does not need noise. It does not need applause. It does not need to prove anything. It stands strong like a mountain. It flows calm like a river. Now you know something important. Bragging feels strong, but it is weak. Silence feels small, but it is powerful. Now it is time to build real confidence that lasts. Step by step, day by day. Start with honesty. Ask yourself simple questions. Why do I want to show off? What am I afraid of? Do I need approval? Do I feel insecure? Do I feel invisible? Be honest. Do not judge yourself. We all feel this sometimes. You are not bad. You are human. When you see the truth, you become free. Next, build skill. Real confidence comes from skill. Skill comes from practice. Practice comes from action. Take small action every day. Read 10 minutes. Study one lesson. Exercise 20 minutes. Learn one new word. Save a small amount of money. Small actions build big power. You do not need to tell anyone. You do not need to post it online. Just do the work quietly. When you improve, you feel proud inside. That pride is real. It does not depend on likes. It does not depend on comments. It depends on truth. Another step is gratitude. Be thankful for what you have. When you feel thankful, you feel enough. When you feel enough, you do not need to brag. You do not need to compare. You feel rich inside. Gratitude is a strong shield. Comparison is a weak chain. Choose the shield, not the chain. Also, learn to listen more. When you listen, people feel respected. When people feel respected, they trust you. Trust is more valuable than attention. Attention is loud and short. Trust is quiet and long. Ask people about their dreams. Ask about their problems. Listen without interrupting. Do not wait to speak. Just listen. You will learn a lot. You will grow. People will feel safe with you. That is real power. Be careful with social media. It is easy to show only the good parts. It is easy to create a perfect image. But remember, everyone struggles. Everyone fails. Everyone feels doubt.
Do not compare your real life to someone's highlight reel. Focus on your path. Move at your speed. Life is not a race. It is a journey. You do not need to be first. You need to be consistent. Consistency beats showing off every time. Now imagine two people. One person talks all day about big dreams. The other person works quietly every day. After 1 year, who wins? The quiet worker wins. After 5 years, who wins? The quiet worker wins again. Success loves silence. Confidence loves discipline. Bragging loves attention. Attention disappears. Discipline remains. Let us talk about fear again. Fear says if you do not show your success, people will forget you. That is not true. If your work is good, people will remember. If your character is strong, people will respect you. Character is more important than image. Image can break. Character stays. Build your character. Keep your promises. Arrive on time. Finish what you start. Be kind. Be honest. Be patient. These small habits build a strong identity. When you know who you are, you do not need to prove it. You simply live it. Sometimes you will want to brag again. That is normal. Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, am I sharing to inspire or am I sharing to feel important? If you want to inspire, speak with humility. If you want to feel important, stay silent and work. Silence is training. It trains your ego. It trains your patience. It trains your strength. Ego is loud. Strength is calm. Choose strength. Let me tell you something important. You do not need to impress everyone. You need to become your best self. When you grow, people will see it. You do not need to announce it. A tree does not shout when it grows. It simply grows. Then, one day, people enjoy its shade. Be like that tree. Grow deep roots. Strong roots are invisible, but they hold everything. Your roots are your habits. Your roots are your discipline. Your roots are your values. Work on your roots. The fruits will come. And when success comes, stay humble. Success is a test. Failure is also a test. When you fail, stay calm. When you succeed, stay humble. This balance is real confidence. Remember your journey. Remember your hard days. Remember your mistakes. They made you stronger. Do not forget them. They keep you grounded. If someone else is showing off, do not feel angry. Maybe they feel insecure. Maybe they need approval. Instead of judging, feel compassion, but do not copy them. Stay on your path. Protect your energy. Your energy is precious. Use it to build, not to compete, not to impress. If you want to share your success, share lessons, share mistakes, share practical advice. Help others grow. That is powerful. When you lift others, you rise too. This is the secret. True confidence grows inside. It does not need a stage. It does not need a spotlight. It shines quietly, and people feel it. They feel safe near you. They feel inspired. They feel respect. That is stronger than any loud words. Now, think about your future. 5 years from now, who do you want to be? A person who talks about success or a person who lives success? The choice is yours. Every day you choose. Choose silence. Choose action. Choose growth. Choose humility. And remember the title, Why Bragging Kills Your Success and Confidence. Because it feeds ego. Because it stops growth. Because it creates pressure. Because it hides insecurity. But when you stop bragging, you start building. You start learning. You start growing. You start winning, quietly, strongly, confidently. You do not need to shout. Your results will speak. And when your results speak, they speak loudly enough. Keep working. Keep improving. Keep moving forward, silently. That is real power.
If this message hit you, then don't just watch and leave. Like this video, share it to someone who needs this wake-up, and subscribe to this channel. Study yourself 1 hour a day. We are building a different breed here, a new generation of doers, people who don't wait for permission, people who build themselves daily, people who compound quietly and become untouchable over time. Hit subscribe, join the movement. 1 hour a day, every day. And in 1 year, your future self will not recognize you anymore. Let's grow. Let's execute. Let's dominate our own potential. Subscribe now and start becoming the person nobody can compete with.